Good evening, Greg here, burn at both ends. Burn on the back end of Friday, June 1st, 2018. It's 10:41 p.m. Pacific. Had a great week. Really psyched for I-Corps, getting ready for that. Fly out to Colorado on Monday, so preparing for the trip this weekend. A lot of family time this weekend, so I'm really psyched about that. And yeah, so speaking of family time, so tonight's post is around is around something that my 7-year-old daughter kind of pointed out this morning to me. And so she was an inspiration for tonight's post, and then so was Gary Vaynerchuk. I was listening to some of his content today, and he was making recommendations on, documenting, posting content that's just documenting what's going on, which is exactly what I'm doing. And he said, make sure that you also document some of the struggle, not just the wins. And so tonight is definitely a post about one of my struggles. It was pointed out by my 7-year-old this morning. And it's just an area of like past programming where I need to, put some work in. And so tonight's topic is reality check for my 7-year-old. So today my 7-year-old triggered some past programming in me and it revealed an area that still needs work. And empathy is definitely the cure. And so this morning my 7-year-old pointed out that I'm in the garage doing work and not being with the family. And, so my office, this office here is in the garage door is right here. And so I spend, time in here obviously doing work, doing these posts, doing other work. And she said that, hey, Daddy, you're in the garage too much instead of being with the family. And so I was totally triggered by this comment. And one of my non-supportive past programming, reactions is to defend myself when I don't agree with, what I'm accused of. And this is not, a very supportive thing to do. And what I should have done is deploy empathy, because no matter what I say, it doesn't affect her perception of what she's been seeing. Right? I mean, I can't convince her otherwise. I mean, what she sees is what she sees, and what she feels is what she feels, and I can't say anything against that. So defending myself is rather futile. And so this is an area that definitely needs work. And what was good about today is it showed me a specific example of how this shows up, and I thought about it all day long. It was just on my mind all day long, and now I have a better understanding of how to address it. So let's get into some of the details here. So past programming or mental model, however you want to talk about it. This is, essentially the way that my mind reacts to things based on how I grew up, how I was raised, all the things that happened in my life that affected and shaped my mind and my thinking. And there are 3 non-supportive pieces to me or my mind. One, I can be impatient. Definitely been working on that, making a lot of progress there. I can blame others when I'm uncomfortable or, when I think I've been shortchanged. I realize that's not very supportive, and so I have been making some progress there, but this defending thing is something that pops up, and I got to be real careful about because there's no value in it. It makes it all about me, and I just got to throw that one away and deploy empathy. So, and so let's talk about the triggering, right? So it was the always in the garage comment, right? So just, some of the sub story here is I am working really hard right now for my family. I've been all year. I really elevated my game with the burn at both ends concept and actually executing that. But I am doing my best to keep it outside of family time. I mean, family time is typically like 7 to 9 a.m., like on a weekday, 7 to 9 a.m., and then about 5:30 or 6 to 9 p.m., right? Dinner and bed. And so I'm trying to work outside those windows. Like 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then 9 p.m. to midnight. But this week, for some reason, I've been staying up later. I've just, been burning at the back end a little bit longer. And so I still, want my 5 hours sleep. And so if I go to bed like at 12:30 or 1 o'clock, I'll get up a little bit later. And so that's been pushing my morning posts a little bit late. And it's interesting, my daughter, and this is just this week, and she's been noticing that. She's a pretty sharp kid, I have to admit. And so that's where this came from. And instead of empathy, I defend myself. I make it all about me. It's not supportive. And like I said, her perception is her perception, and it has nothing to do with my opinion about the situation. And so that's why empathy is the best result, because then I can go and, with empathy, I can move towards her. I can move towards her and her feelings. I can connect with her. And this is a much more powerful position to take because it brings us together, right? Instead of when I defend myself, that's creates a wedge. It's just not supportive in the relationship. It's not supportive from any perspective. And so what did I do about it? Because obviously this morning, not obviously, but as it went, I did not do this. So I did the defending myself thing, and then it was time to go. And so I've been thinking about it all day. So when I got home from work and I saw my daughter, I took her aside. So I apologized to my daughter for the way I reacted. And this is big for the two of us because, we're both working on things. I mean, we both have things to work on, right? I mean, her as a 7-year-old, right? There are times where she misbehaves, and there are things I ask her to work on. And so we kind of have that dialogue already. We need to work on things. And so it was really a good connecting moment to apologize and connect on that, because there's been, many times where her behavior is not good, and then she realizes it, and then she comes back to me and apologizes. And so this was like a role reversal. So it was a really cool kind of connection. I did explain to her why I'm working so hard, just, because we want to stay in this area, and right now things are challenging financially, and we'd like to have a little bit more breathing room, and we want to just be able to do a few more things that we like doing. So I thought it was important to explain that, this is why I'm doing this thing, right? I think that's important for her. But then at the end, I said, but I'm going to work harder on, I'm going to do better to spend time with the family. So I am going to make changes so that way, she has the perception that I'm spending more time with the family, right? I want to try to work on that. And I think the simple thing is, don't go to bed so late. Go to bed at 12 so I can get up at 5. So I have plenty of time before she wakes up to get, take care of my work. I think that's an easy solution. And so plan will be put into action. So it was an interesting day. I definitely felt like I was carrying some weight around with this, and I was disappointed with myself for acting this way. But at the same time, I'm working hard, and this is an area that needs work. So I'm grateful for her for being there to point it out, and then also for her being there on the back end of the day for us to connect, and for her to forgive me. And I think that's important, because it's like that's that leadership showing vulnerability kind of thing. Because I'm the parent, I'm the leader, and to show vulnerability, to show my daughter that I can make mistakes and I can go back to her and apologize for my behavior, and we can work it out together. I think that's really an important experience to have, because I think it empowers her to take control of her behavior, and also not feel so bad when she makes mistakes, right? That we all do this. So that's tonight's post. So it's definitely a different type of post for me. There will definitely be more posts like this as I kind of move away from I'm going to run out of this wisdom that I've been capturing for the last decade or so, right? And I'm going to be kind of getting creative on these posts. I mean, we're going to have a lot of I-Corps coming up starting June 5th, June 4th. June 4th, I'll be in Colorado. June 5th is when the program actually begins. So I think that we're going to have a lot of posts that are specific to I-Corps, and probably shorter posts, because I'll be doing a lot more work. And pretty much to put one of these posts out, it takes me about an hour completely, right, from start to finish. I would say, in addition to thinking of the content idea, about an hour. And so an hour on the front end of the day, an hour on the back end of the day. And so I really have to inspect whether that's supportive of me, really crushing I-Corps, and maybe to come up with some other clever way to still post, to get the burn at both ends concept across, and make sure that it's still alive and thriving, because it certainly will be. But I want to have it like thriving through this channel. And so I'll get creative on like I don't say a micro post, because that sounds almost too small, but like a 5-minute or less, or a 4-minute or less post, or maybe for me to create the entire post takes like a half an hour instead of an hour. That'd be a nice little factor of 2 there, in reduction. That sounds very, very reasonable. And also, I have to say, I find that these posts really help me mentally, resolve and kind of come to conclusions about things. And so I think it'll be really good for I-Corps to have this on a regular basis, so that way I am drawing conclusions on the I-Corps work. And also, I want to reveal what we're doing. I mean, not the specific things to our technology, because that's proprietary, but like the tricks, the tools, the concepts that are being taught. I think these are really valuable concepts, and the exercises to learn them, things like that. So I definitely want to convey that as best as possible, so that way we can get the wisdom out and get a lot of folks using it, because this lean startup model, it's really solid. And I know that the people that put this program together spend a lot of time doing this, and so I'm really excited for it. So anyway, so that's tonight's post. Subscribe if you like what you hear. This is all about my life journey as an aspiring entrepreneur, and I have to admit, I'm really digging this journey. I'm really getting addicted to this platform, to the ENTS platform, the voice-based social media. I'm psyched to start rolling out Instagram. That's not going to be probably till after iCore. I'm super psyched for this iCore, and I'm really excited that it's going to be a nice piece to create a lot of content, to put a lot of really good content out, because I'm going to be having a great experience. So this is all about the things I'm doing, the successes, the setbacks, the struggles, the wins, the losses, all that stuff. I want to reveal the processes and the systems that I've developed, that I've learned, that are working for me. I think that's important, and so comment down below. Tell me about your journey. Tell me about what you're up to. I'd love to hear about it. If I can help, please ask questions. I'd love to help any way I possibly could. There are some really good motivational videos linked in the description. Check those out. Those really got me on this path for 2018, and it's going strong. We're almost halfway done with the year already, which is crazy. Time, how she flies. Let's see what else is down below. I got some great music linked down below. Some psychedelic ambient, a whole bunch of mixes, a DJ sets, and then a DJ set by DJ Tasha Blank. Really into her. Really great tribal stuff. She's got a ton of content on SoundCloud that you can listen to for free. And then if you like the beats in the background, that's G Money, my alter ego. I've been drumming for a few decades, and so I write these drum songs. So if you dig them, you can go on SoundCloud and listen to them for free. And we will leave it there. So you all have a great night. Get some good rest, so that way you can wake up tomorrow. It's Saturday. It's a weekend, so it's a little different maybe. Go out and inspire people. Just do great things. Talk soon.